He is the most capable police officer, able to climb 200 meters with just a pair of gloves. But unfortunately, halfway up, his gloves ran out of power. On the ground below, a mother asked her son which toy he wanted. The son, seeing the officer's comical behavior, hoped to have him as a toy. He is also the fastest man in the police station, able to assemble a submachine gun in just 3 seconds.
Şef, bitirdim şef!
During a training session on harsh interrogation techniques, he broke the record of 2 hours without speaking. Even the captain thought he was too good. When the captain asked him how he did it, he said he didn't know the code word for the interrogation. One day, as the captain was explaining how to maximize the use of equipment, suddenly the alarm sounded throughout the entire building. Everyone came out and found a time bomb at the door. At the critical moment, Mike stepped forward and drove away with the bomb alone. But when Mike turned around, he realized he had forgotten the bomb.
Aptal herif!
Fortunately, it was just a drill, otherwise, he would have been the only police officer left in the station. Mike called his grandmother to tell her about his heroic deeds, but she discovered that her assistant had been kidnapped. Mike told his grandmother not to panic and to hide under the bed to avoid being caught. However, his grandmother happened to encounter the bad guys under the bed. The kidnappers were a group of drug dealers seeking revenge on Mike for arresting their boss. They demanded that Mike go to Mexico to find 2 gems and give them to the gang in exchange for his grandmother's release. Mike went to the police station to apply for a trip to Mexico to find the gems but was rejected by his superiors because it could cause diplomatic disputes between the country and Mexico. Mike simply resigned, planning to save his grandmother as an ordinary citizen. Mike decided to enlist the help of his friends. First, they needed equipment. Mike planned to take readily available equipment from the police station to save money. He went directly to the equipment storage at night and took 2 large packages of gear. But just as he was about to leave, he encountered a colleague who asked him what he was doing with so much stuff. He directly knocked out his colleague and prepared to hide him.
Vaktim olsa seni...
After being interrogated by his colleagues, Mike told them he was going to war with Mexican drug lords to save his grandmother. They laughed, but still let Mike take the equipment out of the police station. They wanted to see if Mike could really save his grandmother. They first needed to gather information about the gems. Mike simply entered the police database. They found out that a man might know the location of the gems. The man told Mike that the first gem was in the possession of a billionaire who liked to throw parties, and the other was in a Mayan temple in northern Mexico. They stole a private plane to go to the billionaire's place. One of the teammates, Lenny, could fly the plane. After an 8-hour journey, they successfully landed. But as soon as they got off the plane, they noticed something strange. They hadn't moved from their original location. It turned out that the plane they were sitting in was a simulator. Mike's grandmother was 8 hours closer to being killed by the drug dealers. So they decided to buy a plane ticket and go normally. Will they be able to save Mike's grandmother? The name of this movie is 3 Jours Max. The original film is even more exciting than the synopsis.